thank you for taking the time to let me interview you. This has been a crazy
no
project. But okay, so first of all, I would just like to know a little about yourself and what you do, kind of how you got started in your job and how long you've been in the process.
Mm-hmm. So I graduated in 2011. Then I came back home to Sweden in May, I think it was, maybe early June. Got an unpaid internship, did quite good then. And I was actually working double jobs. I was working at the newspaper and also as an information officer at a different company. But then as time went by, they thought I was good here at the newspaper, and then finally after maybe a year or so, they hired me.
Okay. So why do you do your job, and why is it important not only to you but to others?
That's a good question. Sometimes I think we lose that aspect when we do the job. Why it's important to me is that I like when things happen around me, when they go fast. It's very stimulating, and also I like to write and to tell stories. And then I also work as a golf columnist for the newspaper. So golf is my big passion. So it was an easy way to work with what I love to do. Mm-hmm. And I love both riding and golf, so yeah. And also at that time when I started in 2011, there was nobody. We had no golf columnist for this newspaper.
Okay.
We had to pay a TV personality to write our analyst pieces. It was quite an easy way in for me there.
Okay. How much time did your job take up of just your day? Is it kind of like a 24/7 deal? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up, and it's probably the last thing I do when I go to bed. Maybe aside from giving my girlfriend a goodnight kiss or whatever, and then yeah, it takes up a lot of time. You really have to stay connected 24/7, especially with the golf, I think, because there's so much going on in the States, and it's different time zone to what we have here. It's to you, I think it's 8 or 9 hour difference. It depends on what time of the year it is. So sometimes, even on a Friday night, let's say I go have some fun with friends, and I come back, check my phone or Twitter or whatever, and then maybe write a short, news story.
Yeah. Wow. So how does just like the media and globalization affect your job? I'm not too familiar with Sweden's like freedom of the press or safety or censorship. How does all of that affect you?
Yeah, we're actually kind of leading when it comes to freedom of press. So, I don't want to say you can write anything you would want, but more or less, if you're a columnist, then you have a big freedom. There's, nothing really stopping you. But also, if you know that this will be controversial, then you should of course go to the editor-in-chief and just kind of check, hey, is this okay? If it is, then just go ahead.
What are the media options in your region? Are they similar to the United States, or as far as like social media platforms, are there fewer, more?
They're the exact same with Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all those. There are some new smaller ones too, but they're not really. They don't really have that many users.
Okay.
So maybe the biggest part of our journalism is actually spreading our news. I mean, both on our website and in our newspaper as far as print, but also on social medias. Sometimes when a story really takes off on, let's say, Facebook, then, I mean, we get a very high percentage of our readership from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some barriers or limits you might face with media?
Well, sometimes the resources are too low to do a good job. I mean, we have to do a lot of work from the office, while as maybe 5-10 years ago, you could actually go out to the set and meet people and talk to them. Now we do a lot of work over the phone, and we ask people to maybe send their photos or take photos themselves. So it's, I mean, our readers actually, they help out a lot as far as content goes too.
Okay. What are some main changes in the media in the last few years?
Yeah, I would say that's the main one that I just told you. We're getting fewer and fewer at the newspaper. I mean, when I started here, this is just a local edition of a very big newspaper.
Okay.
I mean, when I started, I think we were 35 or 40 for this local edition. And now we're down to 15 full-time employees. Yeah.
Wow.
So we've lost a lot of people quite quickly. And I mean, then to do a good job and meet requirements that are higher and higher, that could be quite tough. I mean, let's say you're going to a soccer game, then